Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Izzatun from PBI A2 6th semester Unisnu Jepara. Today, I'm going to explain about computational model of interlanguage. Then, I'm going to give the example. Okay, first of all, before we discuss about computational model, we should know the definition of interlanguage. So please have a look at the pictures. Students actually have their native language, which is called an L1. And when they learn a second language, it is called an L2 or second language. Interlanguage says that when students are learning language, they are set in between. Their language is not like the L1, nor does it mirror the L2. Or, on the other hand, interlanguage is a language process produced when people in the middle of studying second language. The process of interlanguage can be defined as a language that is located between the mother tongues, first language, and the target language being studied. Different people produce different interlanguage of their own. These include first, borrowing pattern from the mother tongue. Second, extended pattern from the target language. And the third is expressing meanings using the words and grammar which all already known. Interlanguage is affected by speaker's original language or the language the speaker has learned before. It has its own rule system that is different from the native speakers. The concept of interlanguage can be applied as the data in the human mind computer. That is why we call it as computational model of interlanguage. So please have a look at the diagram. There are three parts that human produce interlanguage. The first is input, the second is intake and L2 knowledge, which we call it as black box. And the third is output. So how is the process of interlanguage? The first is input. When the learners learn a new language, so they get some knowledge from other people like native speakers or maybe teacher. Second is intake and L2 knowledge. After getting a new language, then it puts into the black box. This means the new language is transformed into the short-term memory. Then some intake is stored in long-term memory as a second language knowledge. And the last is output. It means producing written and spoken as output of interlanguage. Okay, so now please have a look at the example. From this example, we are going to know how interlanguage happens in environment. And from the example, the red one is the interlanguage. Hi, how are you today? Fine. I'm gonna ask some question for you about daily life. What's your name? My name Maudi. When is your birthday? My happy birthday is on 8th June. How old are you? My old is 20 years old. And what does your father do? My father worked as engineer. How many siblings do you have? I have 3 sisters. And what is your hobby? My hobby is draw. Okay, or another example, you can look at these pictures. Okay, from the example, we can conclude that interlanguage is first, it is actually a type of speech or writing people produce when they are learning a new language. And the second, every language is unique. And the third, it is not anyone's first language, so it sometimes sounds weird. And the fourth, it contains element of speaker's original language. And fifth, the sentence of language can be error analysis. Okay, thank you so much for listening the explanation. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.